Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to give you a Systeme.io tutorial for beginners. So if you've never used the platform before and you're looking at the dashboard a bit confused of where to click first, then this video is going to make it ridiculously simple. Because I'm going to walk you through step by step how Systeme.io works so that you're ready for the next video where we're actually going to build a lead magnet funnel from start to finish together. So in this video, I'll show you what everything means in the dashboard, where to find your funnel pages, your emails, your automations, and products, how the page editor works and how you can change your colors, fonts, and text on the pages, and the key settings that you need to connect, like your domain, your email, and your payment provider, so that you can start building straight away. And if you want to follow along in your own account, you can get your free Systeme.io account through the link in the description. All right, let's jump into my screen.
Okay, here we are in Systeme.io. This is the dashboard that you see when you first log in. Just gives you an overview of what's been happening in your account. Anyone that has signed up or bought anything is going to show up here. You have a couple of dashboards. So this is the main one. Then you've got your affiliate dashboard if you are using your Systeme.io affiliate link. And then you've got your student dashboard if you are a student of other courses.
A quick intro if we haven't met yet. My name's Kat. I've been working in online business and digital marketing over 10 years, helping business owners simplify their systems, automate their sales processes, and turning their funnels into consistent income. So everything I'm showing you here is coming from real world experience, not theory. Now let's get back into Systeme.io.
So next we have this CRM here. So this is going to hold all of the contacts. So anyone that's ever signed up or bought anything is going to live in here. And then you've got your tags that you can use to organize your contact. Here you've got some filters. Probably mostly you're going to use the tag. So let's say we want to filter for everyone that's tagged with the freebie funnel. So I would always tag everyone that's coming through a certain funnel that has downloaded things to tag them with that name, so that you can easily find them and also send them certain emails. So you could save this filter here and give it a name. Maybe we call it freebie funnel as well, because then you can access them through the save filter, so it's a bit easier. Also, obviously, if you have another platform that you've used before, you can import contacts via here. If you just export a CSV file from the other one, you can just put them in here as well. Okay, next we have sites. So this is where your sales funnels are. And also with Systeme.io, you can actually build a whole website. You can build a creator store or blogs. However, we want to focus on the sales funnels at the moment. So here you can see all the funnels that you've ever built. But if you want to build a new sales funnel, you just go to create here, give it a name that you know what this is about. So I'm just going to do test 2. I'm amazing, I know. You choose your funnel domain, and so this will be your Systeme.io domain, or if you have added your own custom domain, that will show up here as well. You can choose your funnel goal, whether you want to build an audience, sell something, run a webinar, or build something custom. What's important though is to choose your currency if you are selling something. So let's just say we're going to build an audience and save. So now we've got our new funnel in here. If you click on it, you get to all the configuration for this particular funnel. So on the left side here, you've got your opt-in page and the thank you page. If you ever wanted to add another step, you can always go here, and you've got lots of things to choose from for your sales page, your opt-in page, webinar, and other things. So for every page, you'll have a design that you can choose, or you can start from scratch. Because I want to show you how that looks like when it's all finished, I'm just going to go to my own email opt-in funnel here. So you've got your configuration here, you've got the name and the URL where to find that. And then every funnel step has the edit page, which is the editor where you can change your colors and everything. But before that, I just want to quickly show you the other tabs here. So you've got your automation rules. So that's basically saying what happens once somebody has done what we want them to do here. So in this case, when somebody has actually filled out the form, then add a tag. So as I said, you want to add some sort of a tag so you know where people came from. And then we subscribe it to the email campaign that will actually send them and deliver the freebie. So you also have your A/B testing here. So that means that you can, once you have one page set up, you can create a variation of that page in order to test different things. So let's say you want to test the different headlines, you want to test different imagery, to see if that gets more people to sign up on the page. I've just done this with a client, and we've managed to get their sales page actually about 1.5% higher conversion rate, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you have a lot of traffic to a page, that can actually mean quite a lot more sales. Then obviously you've got your stats here. You can change the dates. So this is also going to count, obviously, if you're going to the page. So I've set this up, and then from about last Tuesday I didn't really go to the page anymore. So if I look at that, we had 4 people look at the page and 2 people signed up, which is a 50% conversion rate. So that's pretty good. But obviously, as these numbers are getting bigger, this is probably going to go down a bit more. But if we can get this to like 25%, that's pretty good for an opt-in page usually. Then you've got your leads here. So that's obviously everybody that has ever signed up through this funnel. And then if we were selling anything, we'd have the sales stats here as well. Okay, so let's just click edit so that you can see the page editor. It is a pretty simple drag and drop editor. This is my live funnel, so I'm not going to change things in around here. However, if you wanted to change, for example, the background color in here, you can just click on the section, go to background color, change it to any brand color that fits. So this text here, you actually change by double clicking on it, and then you've got that little one here. You can also bold it and do all sorts of other things. If you wanted to change the text, you just click in it and you just type. You can always just add things by just dragging them in, and you see these lines appearing. So that's basically what you're saying, where you want to put that. You've got lots of things here, text, content boxes, images, video. However, for this lead magnet page, we don't actually need a lot of things. However, one thing you always want to do is click this little button up here, which is the mobile view. So when you first design this, it's not going to look like this. So you want to make sure that everything is visible and usable in a mobile format as well.
By the way, if you want my exact lead magnet funnel template that I've already built in Systeme.io, I'm giving that away for free. It's a one-click install into your own account, and it includes an opt-in page, the thank you page, and an email template so that you don't have to build it from scratch. Just grab it using the link in the description. All right, now let's keep going.
Okay, so next up we have the email section. In Systeme.io, you can send newsletters or campaigns. So the difference is this is kind of like a one-off newsletter, and this one is an automated campaign that you'd use in your funnels. And then we've got email statistics. So for every funnel that you build, you want to create an automated email campaign in here to deliver the purchase or the freebie. So as you can see here, this is the one that belongs to the freebie funnel that we just looked at before. And at the moment, we can see there's only one email in here. If you click all the way through, you can see the email editor where you can put in your email template. And then, as I said, we have the statistics here for all the email campaigns, which is quite important because, as you can see here, lots of emails nowadays end up in spam boxes, and obviously, you don't want that to happen because you want people to get your emails. Okay, now let's talk about automations because this is where all the magic happens. Options. So you've seen this before in the sales funnel, so we can access the same rules that we have in here. So for example, if somebody signs up to your opt-in page, add a tag that they have opted in and subscribing to the campaign, that will send them the freebie. It could be that, and I'll show you all the options here. So the triggers are in here. So this is the funnel step form subscribed, or it could be that they've bought, new sale happened. So they purchased a product and then we want them to, and let's say they bought this template here. Then again, I would add a tag, subscribe them to a campaign if we're going to send them an email, or maybe they bought this thing, you want to add them to the community, you want to enroll them in a course. And so this is how your funnel turns into a system that runs around the clock and that lets you get on with your life and not worry about these things. Under assets, you can set up your products and also courses or communities, as well as host your files if you've got PDF freebies, for example. So Systeme.io can be your funnel builder and your course platform. So that is huge when you're starting out because it means that you don't have to pay for all these different platforms. You can literally do it all under here. Okay, so in the last section that I want to show you is the settings section here because this is what you definitely need and I don't want you to get stuck in here. So in order to automatically send out any emails, you need to connect your domain and your email address. So you're going to want to go to emails, and this is where you can connect your own domain name. So if you don't want to use the .systeme.io domain that they give you, you can add your own custom business domain in here. You'll get your DNS settings here that you need to add to your domain hosting provider. Usually it's pretty straightforward these days. I might make another video about that. If you need, just leave me a comment. And then the most important part here is your verified email address. So in order to send any automated emails and to make sure that they actually land in people's inboxes and not in their spam folders, you need to verify your email address. So you add in your email address in here that you want to send from. And so the domain and the email settings can take a little while to populate. So you want to do that quite quickly once you get your account so that they can all populate while you're building your funnel and you're ready to go. Again, if you need help with it, just leave me a comment. And then the other very important thing that you want to do, if you want to sell anything, you need a way for people to be able to pay you. So you want to set up your payment gateways in here and add your Stripe or PayPal account or any of the other payment options. So as I said, one of the best things about Systeme.io is that you can actually get started for free and you can build a whole funnel on that free plan and sell products before you even have to pay anything for the platform.
Now that's your beginner tutorial for Systeme.io, and I hope that you've seen how easy it is to use and where everything lives, your funnels, your emails, your automations, and how to change the pages. So you're no longer guessing where to click and what to do. And so you're ready for our next video where I'm going to show you how to build your first lead magnet funnel from start to finish. Or if you're downloading my freebie template, how to customize that and make it your own. So if you want to watch that next, make sure you subscribe so you're not going to miss it. And I'm going to add it to the playlist as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.